Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year. I know it's been a while since I came on and published an episode, so you know how crazy the whole holiday season gets. And this year, I was just really intentionally allowing myself to take time to rest and reflect and be super, super intentional about how I'm approaching everything and moving forward. And I really want to set that example for everyone that listens to this podcast because there is no reason to rush into the new year. There's really no reason to rush. So often we listen to outside sources about how we should approach our new year, right? And we should jump in with 100% force. We should jump in and tackle our goals, and we need to set these New Year's resolutions, and we need to do all of these things when we're coming out of a season of hustle and bustle and events and parties and sometimes overeating, over drinking. We're coming out of this season where our bodies were just tossed through like a spin cycle of different things, right? So, why should we be expected to leap into the new year with all this full on energy and fully tackling our goals, fully jumping into a new workout routine, doing all these things that are just going to exhaust ourselves before the middle of the month even, right? And then what happens? So typically we make a New Year's resolution. Say our New Year's resolution is to start a new workout routine. We start it maybe on January 2nd because we give ourselves that little bit of a grace period. So we dive into this new workout routine and we're in it. And then by the end of the first week, we feel exhausted. We feel totally drained. Our muscles are aching. We feel like, oh my God, I don't know if I can keep going with this. This is painful. This hurts. I don't like this. And then possibly 7 to 14 days later, we're back into our old habits, right? So I made a decision a few years ago that I would no longer be participating in New Year's resolutions because this would happen to me time and time again. I would set a resolution, I would go too fast out the gate, and then I would end up quitting it by the middle of the month. So, what I do instead now, which I highly encourage you to do, is to slow down the first few weeks of the year. And this goes perfectly actually with the energy we're experiencing right now because we are in a Mercury retrograde and a Mars retrograde, which now, thanks to my beautiful best friend, I have a ritual planner to use that is going to guide us in all of the astrological events. So every time I show up on this podcast, I will have all that information for you guys as well to let you know what are the current energies in the sky doing that might impact your day-to-day life. So you can expect that coming up in the podcast this year as well. But anyways, the Mars and Mercury retrograde energies are really, really slowing us down at the beginning of this year. They are a time for introspection, for reflection, reflecting on what went well in 2022 and what didn't go so well, and how you want to kind of change those energies moving forward. So I highly highly suggest that you take some time to sit down, to reflect, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, do some journaling, do some deep dive introspective work, pull some oracle cards, tarot cards, and get some insights and some themes that are coming up for you for the coming year. So this is what I've been doing the past 5 days. I've been slowly working out my energy forecast and my oracle and tarot card forecast for the coming year, and I've been seeing what energies are coming into play each month and how is that going to sort of tie into how I create in my business, what I do in my personal life, what trips I go on, how I plan things, even how I plan my events. So, like in my business, I don't want to plan events when there's tough energy around, right? I just don't want to do that to myself because I know in the past when I've done that to myself, I have not showed up in the way that I would like to. So, I would highly suggest you doing this introspective work in the first, and I don't even want to call it work, but sort of like a deep dive reflection. Make it sort of like a ritual. Light some candles, get out a yoga mat, do some yoga poses to kind of move around the energy, or sit in your favorite chair and have your favorite hot or cold drink. Have some oracle or tarot cards around, have some crystals around, make it a whole atmosphere where you feel like this is my new year ritual. This is what I'm going to step into doing from now on, instead of approaching the new year in the whole resolution hustle culture. Because I don't know about you, but I've left that hustle culture all the way behind, and I will never return. I will never return to that hustle culture because it just was not serving me. Okay. It was not serving me at all. And another thing that I've been doing in the new year to kind of reset, and I've done this for the past 8 to 9 years now, is I follow the Yoga with Adriene 30-day yoga series in January. So she releases a new yoga series every single January with all brand new videos, totally free on YouTube. So just go to her channel, Yoga with Adriene. You'll see all of the videos posted. They come out every day at midnight, I think. So we're on like day 4 now. I think we started on January 2nd. So every single day she posts a new one. And these are like the theme for this year aligns so much with everything I've said about being intentional and taking a slow start to the year. So if you add in this daily yoga practice with your journaling, with your oracle cards, and with your whole ritual, you are going to feel so well set up after January is over to tackle the rest of the year once that more action oriented energy starts to flow in, right? Because after the Mars retrograde is over and after the Mercury retrograde is over, that more action oriented energy allowing you to work on your big manifestations, your big goals that you want to bring into the world, those energies are definitely going to come into play later in January and into February. And then as we approach the spring, because typically spring brings a renewal, right? So spring brings that renewal of energy. And so why not set yourself up in January to really, really go inward, introspection, and nurture yourself and plan, but not be like a hustle bug planning mode, right? Just be like a very gentle, intentional, like this is what I'm going to journal about and see what comes up, and flowy and beautiful. And especially for those that are in the northern hemisphere, we're cold weather right now, we're snow. We were back and forth a little bit in the Midwest, but now we're getting back to that kind of cold, dreary, foggy, sort of gray weather. So this is a perfect time to sit and enjoy a hot beverage, do some journaling, and be very introspective about how you see your life unfolding in the next 12 months, because that is the basis of where we start with manifesting anything, right? We want to see that vision. We want to see that vision ahead of us for the next 12 months. Where are we going? Where do we want to go? Where are we now? Where do we want to be? And how can we get in to the feeling state of getting into where we want to be. So if we are looking to manifest more money, how do we feel when we manifest more money? I want you to get into that feeling state right now. So right now, imagine you have that money, that amount of money that you want to manifest 6 months from now, whatever that amount is. So say it's $5,000 a month in your business. So you have that amount 6 months from now sitting in your bank account. How are you feeling? Just breathe into it. Just imagine it, visualize it, picture it, journal about it, light some candles that make you feel abundant, that make you feel like you have that money. Do some rituals that make you feel like you have that money. Act like you have that money, right? Go through your day feeling that abundance, feeling that abundant mindset, feeling like everything's okay, feeling like you're safe, like you're secure, like you're taken care of by the universe. Put all those feelings into play, and that is actually the first step towards getting there. So these are just a few tips I suggest for getting into a really intentional start into the new year. Like I said, without that hustle culture, without burning out, because we can sometimes run too fast out the gate and then we're burnt out by mid-month. And then what do we have to show for it, right? So another thing is, if you are interested in joining a membership where we're going to intentionally show up each month, and this is going to be in tune with the cycles of the seasons, the 4 elements, so wind, water, earth, fire, and the moon cycles, then you're really going to want to check out the link in the show notes to join my all new membership, which is the Mom Intuitive Healing Circle membership. So this is going to be a month-to-month membership. You can join for whichever months you feel called to, or you can join for a 3, 6, or 12-month period and get a 10% discount. So the first month, we're going to be focused all on going inwards. And it's kind of going to be a cycle from mid-January to mid-February, just because of the first 2 weeks of January have all been about introspection. And I really wanted to start off the year slowly and intentionally. So the first sort of events in the membership will be in the latter part of January. So it's going to be going inward in January, a deep self-reflection and an examination of where we're at currently and where we desire to be in the future. So just like I was talking about, the first step to sort of manifesting where you want to be 6 months from now, 12 months from now, 18 months from now, is looking at where we desire to be and getting into those feeling states. So we're going to be diving into that self-reflection, going inward, and we're going to have specific chakras that we're going to focus on each month in the membership. So the first one will be the third eye chakra for intuition development and a clear visualization of your desires, because the third eye chakra is really the center for our ability to see, to clearly see, and to visualize our manifestations in the future, right? So that's why we'll be working on the third eye chakra. We're going to be having specific meditations, self-hypnosis, and some educational videos and audio courses and all sorts of resources, journaling guides, all of those things we're going to have so you can really tune in to your third eye chakra and get that clear visualization of what you want to create in the next year, right? And beyond. So we're also going to focus on the root chakra. So this chakra is really its purpose. It's the first chakra in the chakra system, And it is to ground ourselves energetically and to get into an overall balanced state so that we can work on our goals the rest of the year. So, really working on our root chakra and clearing out any old programming, any old limiting beliefs, any old stories, any energetically held stuff that we still hold in the root chakra. Ideally, we're going to want to clear that out to get ourselves ready to work on our goals the rest of the year. So, like I mentioned earlier, the winter season is really about going inward to reflect our desires. In the outside world, we must first become grounded and centered on the inside. And that is really what we're going to do with the root chakra work. So we're going to work on both the third chakra and the root chakra in the first month of the membership. And you're going to get, it's all inclusive. So when you sign up, you get access to every resource and material, including, like I said, video recordings, audio recordings. You're going to get journaling guides. You're going to get self-hypnosis tracks. You're going to get meditation tracks to work on each of these chakras. Sorry about the beeping in the background. That was just my coffee pot turning off. I'm doing this podcast kind of on the fly because I haven't done one in a while. So I just wanted to do it imperfectly. And so going back to the winter season, it's perfect for coming into this sense of ease and flow in our minds and bodies. So we can feel energetic, well rested, and prepared for when the spring comes and renewal is upon us. So my whole kind of premise for this membership, I will just dive into this a little bit, is the membership is going to follow the 4 seasons. So we're starting with winter, and it is reflective of the northern hemisphere since that is where I live. But know that once we go through all the 4 seasons, all of these materials will be available to you throughout the year if you choose to be a continuing member. So if you are in the southern hemisphere, the materials are going to be lifetime access, and you can still join us and get access to all of the materials. And basically, you still can enjoy all of the materials around chakra development and all of the energetic resetting. The seasonal materials might be opposite for you, but know that I will be adding in some seasonal materials for the opposite hemisphere if I do get interest for that in the near future. So if you are on the opposite end of the world listening to this and you're like, well, this really doesn't apply to me, I'm not in winter right now, don't worry, I will have something for you very soon. So what are we going to do in this membership in January? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to dive into an inner intuition discovery process so that you can learn your unique intuitive blueprint and use it to make aligned decisions with ease. So you're going to create an aligned intuitive roadmap that you can use in your life to eliminate doubt, overwhelm, and fear. And what does this mean even, right? An aligned intuitive roadmap. So this is like your unique blueprint on how you approach your goals, how you approach your business goals, your life goals, your career goals. It's an aligned roadmap so you can just show up and eliminate the doubt, overwhelm, and fear before you even show up, right? So we're going to work on all of this in the membership in January so that by the time mid-February comes, you're going to be ready to show up in your own unique way and pursue whatever those goals are that you would love to pursue. So we're also going to explore the inner selves and what is calling you to be healed. So we're going to be diving into exploring self-worth, self-love, self-compassion, self-confidence, and self-acceptance. So all of these, again, go in tune with going inward and exploring what needs to be healed. Not that I'm not healed, but what needs to be healed further in order for me to step into my most powerful self. And it's not that anything's wrong with me. So that's where the self-compassion and self-acceptance comes in. It's recognizing that nothing is inherently wrong with me. It's not that I need to heal something or need to fix something that's wrong with me. It's just sometimes this old programming gets energetically stuck in our bodies, minds, and souls. And we need to clear it out in order to step into our next level self. So that's what this is going to help you do. So we're also going to explore how you relate to your inner self and your goals for moving into more inner healing on your specific areas calling to be healed. And I just talked about that a little bit before. So this is all about transforming the relationship with yourself so that when it comes time to blossom in the spring, you are ready to let your authentic self shine. So again, that goes back to the introspection and the transformation, the inner transformations that have to happen before we can go out into the world and not get stuck by those limiting beliefs, right? And then lastly, in the first month of the membership, we're also going to explore an introduction to your nervous system's protective patterns and how they like to keep you safe and in your comfort zone. So this is going to be diving into how these patterns could be holding you back from going after your goals, whatever your goals look like, right? Whether they are personal, relationship, family, money, business, career, travel, exploration, whatever your goals look like, and you can create all those categories as well. So if you're ready to dive in to an inner discovery journey this January, come join me in the Mom Intuitive Healing Circle membership. And the price for this membership is $44 a month, and all inclusive of everything I just said for $44 a month. Or if you do choose to enroll in a continuous enrollment for 3, 6, or 12 months, you will get 10% off of the total price. And I'm throwing in a bonus if you enroll now, and if you enroll before January the 12th, you will get access to my New Year transition self-hypnosis track. And this self-hypnosis track is where you'll get an energetic refresh for all of your chakras, and you'll walk away feeling ready to tread lightly into the new year with intention and ease instead of like with that hustle bustle culture, right? So this is going to be set you up really nicely to just transition nicely into your new year instead of being in a hustle mode. And I really, 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 really hope you can join me in the Mom Intuitive Healing Circle membership. I'm so excited about the potentials and possibilities that this has for 2023. And it is my goal to truly help lots of moms all over the world, moms that are listening to this, moms that are in traditional jobs, moms that are in businesses, that are entrepreneurs, moms that are staying at home with their kids. Maybe you have a side hustle, maybe you don't. I just want to help all moms. And I know that my original intention when I first started out online was, my first blog was for working moms. But as the years have gone on, it has become more clear to me that all moms really truly need help in all of these areas, in healing, in setting goals for their lives, and manifesting and doing energy work to clear out the past programming and the past subconscious limiting beliefs that we all carry within us, because those things are truly what is holding us back from stepping into our most powerful lives. And we can pursue what we want. We can live our beautiful dream lives, but sometimes we need extra help getting there, right? And that's what I want to be for you. I would love to be your intuitive empowerment mentor to help you get to that next level in your life. So if you are interested, all the information, the links are going to be posted in the show notes of this episode, and it'll have all the relevant information for you to sign up for the membership. I highly encourage you to do it, what did I say, before the 12th of January, because you will get that bonus audio track. And just to mention, there is going to be some extra Voxer coaching add-ons that you can do. So if you're interested in the membership, but you want to go a little bit deeper, I am going to be offering a 3-day-a-week Voxer coaching package, and all the pricing and details for that can be found on the checkout page. So basically it is during business hours, you would be able to send me messages, send me voice notes in Voxer to ask me questions, to get specific coaching on anything, any area that you want to dive further into. It will basically be like a personalized one-to-one back and forth coaching on Voxer. So all those add-ons will be available on the checkout page if you're interested in that. And I just want to say thank you so much for listening, for being here to support me, to support my dreams, because I had a dream to create this podcast probably 5 years ago, and I finally did it in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, when the pandemic was new. Here we are in 2023, and I'm still going with it, and it's transforming, and it is transforming as I am transforming, right? So as I go through all these iterations of my business, and as I go through all these personal transformations and healing, and as I go through all these things, this podcast is also transforming. So if you would love to be along for the journey, then I highly encourage you, hit the subscribe button to the podcast and follow along with me. Also follow along on Instagram at kelly.femright, where I'll be posting all of the updates for upcoming events, courses, memberships, everything like that you can find on the Instagram as well, and at kellyfemright.com. So Happy New Year, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful moms out there. And I will be back again on the next episode. I'm probably going to do one of the Oracle weekly card forecasts. I'm going to start doing those again. So until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your New Year's week. And I will catch you on here next time. Bye, everybody.